Today we're going to talk about simplifying rational expressions. A rational is when an expression is written as a fraction. You cannot simplify until you have factored the expression. No cancellation without factorization. Our steps are going to find the GCF / factor the numerator top. We're going to find the GCF and or factor the denominator, the bottom, and then we're going to cancel anything that matches. For number 1, we have 18 a to the 4th b squared divided by 21 a squared b. This is a monomial divided by monomial. In this case, we can cancel without factorization because there's nothing to factor. We can only factor if we have 2 or more terms. So we look 18 divided by 21. When we have that, they have 3 in common. So we're going to get 6 over 7. That's what that fraction simplifies to. When we do it with the exponents, the variables with exponents, we subtract exponents. So 4 minus 2 gives us 2, and it goes wherever the bigger exponent is, so that's a squared. 2, this is a pretend 1. 2 minus 1 is 1, and that was our bigger one, so it goes up top. For number 2, I have a binomial and a binomial. Therefore, I must try and factor first. For the numerator, my GCF is 2. I'm going to get 4x minus 3. On the bottom, we just have 4x minus 3. The GCF is 1, so we're not going to worry about it. And then I look to see if I have any groups that are exactly the same. 4x minus 3 and 4x minus 3. They match exactly. So I'm left with just 2 over 1 or 2. One thing that you can do is if you have more than one term, just put parentheses around at the beginning to remind yourself that the groups must match. Since my groups do not match, I know I have to try to factor. For 3, I have a trinomial divided by another trinomial. So I'm going to put my parentheses around. Right now, my groups do not match, so I'm going to try and factor it. So we're going to get y minus 3, y plus 2. I know my signs are different because my last one's different. My signs are going to be the same because the last is positive. They're both going to be positive. Y plus 5, y plus 2. Then I look to see if I have anything that matches exactly. The y plus 2 and the y plus 2 match exactly. So they simplify to 1. And I'm going to be left with y minus 3 divided by y plus 5. If it helps you, put parentheses around it so that you know that you're dealing with groups and you're looking for groups that are exactly the same. There's nothing else to simplify. That is my final answer. It makes us feel a little weird, but that's our answer. For problem 4, it is another binomial divided by a binomial. So again, I would suggest putting parentheses around it to remind yourself. Parentheses must match exactly. We look for a GCF up top, a to the 4th. We'll have b minus 2. In the denominator, my GCF is a cubed. We'll have 2 minus b. The only thing different between the b minus 2 and the 2 minus b is that it's flipped around the negative sign. To kind of undo that, you can factor out a negative 1 because we know that a positive divided by negative is negative and a negative divided by negative is positive. So you can do it in the numerator or the denominator. You just pick one and do it for one of them. I'm going to do it for the denominator. So this is going to become a to the 4th, b minus 2 over negative a cubed. And that's going to make negative divided by negative is positive. Positive divided by negative is negative. B minus 2. This now matches exactly. And then a to the 4th divided by a cubed. 4 minus 3 is 1. It's going to go up top. So we're going to be left with negative a for our final answer.